Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Tawny.
And this is Oliver.
I don't miss taking care of a 3-story home and mowing the lawn and cleaning it, and I don't miss any part of that.
I had a client tell me, like, come on, Mike, you're gonna, like, owning a house and taking care of the yard, that's like the American dream. And I said, you lost me at yard work. Like,
Welcome to our bus. This is Oliver's interior. This is his living room. So there is like a traveling mode and then a living mode. This is living mode, obviously. That stuff would for sure just fly everywhere if we left it up there. So it all just comes down here, and that's what this trunk is for. Everything just kind of gets tucked away when we travel. A friend had just torn out their deck, and so we reclaimed a bunch of the wood for the mantle, the wheel well, and the couch. And we did a platform couch instead with basket storage instead, which works much, much simpler. Now everything is super easy to pull out. We wanted to leave the roof metal originally, but when we started painting it, that corrugated metal did not take paint well. And I happened to see peel and stick wallpaper that's just over the entire corrugated metal. We didn't do a thing. It's like the rivets, everything is still under there. This is actually a couch that folds down. We've both been personal trainers for most of our adult lives. We both got really honest with each other one night and both admitted we weren't really happy anymore. And I had actually brought up the idea of moving into a school bus before, and Mike was like, absolutely not. This is the kitchen. I have plenty of counter space. I have plenty of storage. I thought I would really miss having a lot more cupboard space, but I don't. The question we get asked the most is about our countertops, for sure. I get a DM about that at least once a week. They are concrete. They are not formed concrete, so they're nice and light. What they are is, it's a product called Ardex Feather Finish. We found it on Amazon. We built wood forms out of OSB and then several coats of the feather finish concrete. It's super, super thin, and then a food grade sealer on top of it to finish it off. The counters have held up brilliantly, and they're super lightweight. Most people assume that it's like full formed concrete and it's super heavy, and it's not at all. We have a pantry shelf back here. Found the jars at a discount store. Just built the shelf in order to keep all the jars where they're supposed to be. We have elastic. Makes it really easy to get things out. My dad is an RV tech, so we got super lucky and found both appliances. Both were stainless steel and they were mismatch set. And so in order to make them match, we did a metallic brushed rose gold finish over both of them. Brushed it on a few coats and then a sealer on top of it. All the metalwork in here is my dad. Besides being an RV tech, he's also a metal worker. And so like this is from an old piano. He just like salvaged random things, but it's like little touches like that that I love about this bus. We have an eating bar here. We didn't want to do an actual table because it takes up so much room. So there's just a small bar off the back. We have 4 stools that stack on top of each other. This is a corkboard wall where we put stickers from other schoolies. Every time we travel, we put a pin with a photo from the place that we went to and our favorite memory from that place.
Next to the corkboard wall, we have our wood fire stove. And we actually picked this up for an awesome deal from a friend of ours for 40 bucks when he took over the house. It was just sitting there and they left it there for years. And when we asked around if anyone had one, it was sitting here rusted, and we liked the look and the appearance of it so much that we just left it rusted. We owned a gym for a long time, and it just ate up way too much of our time. We were working 15-hour days just to keep it alive most of the weekend. And we had a nice house and a brand new car, and we're like, why? Why spend all this time and all this money on stuff we never get to enjoy? So we sold it all.
Yeah. and I walked into our house one night and it was basically empty except for a few boxes here and there, and I was like, what are we doing?
You start selling off like furniture and, you know, dressers and couches and bookshelves, and, you know, your house starts to feel empty. It was liberating.
Yeah.
Like, all this stuff is now stuff you're no longer responsible for. The bathroom was one of the areas we really didn't want to compromise on size. A lot of people just have like a small stall or like a really tiny shower, but we went with a different idea. So instead, we have this whole room. It's basically a wet room. So the shower curtain comes around this pipe here, and then we have a big shower. We put a sealer over the top, and then we went with this teak flooring as the superficial layer. But the walls are also the feather concrete, as well as inside here there's a little nook for all of our shampoo. So we finished the back here with the feather concrete, and the toilet is actually sitting on top of one of the wheel wells. We built a box for it. We have a Nature's Head composting toilet because we didn't want to deal with a gray or a black tank. Over here on the right side, we have kind of a butcher block countertop, and underneath here is our hot water heater and all that stuff. It's like the utility closet. We have a tankless hot water heater. That way we didn't have to worry about A, ever running out of hot water, or B, carrying around that extra tank. And on this one, we actually have a fully functional washer / dryer combo. Now we're in the bedroom. We have a small little HP all-in-one computer, which basically serves as our TV. We built the box over the bed just so it will sit perfectly for us. In the far back, we wanted to keep that window, so we actually converted that whole area into like a little reading nook. So then on the back here, we have our bed, and of course all the pillows because Tawny loves pillows. These drawers pull out. They're each 3 feet by 3 feet, so all of me and Tawny's clothes in their entirety fit in these 3 drawers. You know, an RV this size with this quality and the amount of stuff we have on here would easily be $100,000, and the initial build we were into it like maybe 20 grand, including the price of the bus.
Yeah. Like when people come over, you can tell they're shocked. Like, I'm not walking into a school bus, I'm walking into your home, and it is kind of neat to see the looks on their faces.
So on the outside of the bus here, this is where we plug in here, and then over here we can fill our tanks. So underneath we have 6 100-watt amp batteries connected to 6 100-watt solar panels up top. We pretty much have everything in totes just to make life simple. We have 2 40-gallon water tanks, and then of course the tools and all that stuff that you always need on the road, because on a bus things break down all the time. Here we have 2 20-gallon propane tanks. It's on a regulator that you can switch, but I broke it because I tightened it too much, so one of them exploded. We got home and, oh, here's a piece of it actually. Dog food, every single thing that we need for camping is in this tote, which is pretty sweet. The kids' homeschooling stuff, art supplies, the guitar. This whole compartment bay goes underneath the entire bus, so plenty of space.
Thanks for watching and coming to our house. If you want to follow us, you can find us on Instagram at Since We Woke Up, and we also blog at www.sincewewokeup.com. You can find those links down below in the bio.